Okay, let's pick up here in video 2. Now, this is a fascinating divination game. First of all, it's glow in the dark. It's made out of special glow material. I'm assuming if I expose this long enough, we would get some glow, but we're not getting any results from a few minutes here. This is over 50 years old. Maybe the plastic material no longer will absorb light, as well as sitting in a box so long. But this is a combination of many different things. You've got your tarot card reading. You've got your Ouija board. And you've got astrology on here as well. And it's quite cool. Now, if we look at this, of course, you've got this eye, which is just trying to make the game cool. I don't think it does anything. I can't find any information on it. But it has this very cool dragon that the eye sits in. This right here is a dragon. See if we can get a little better. There we go. And you've got to use 2 people to play this game. And as I said, you can use it as a divination with these kind of answer cards. And it works by 2 people holding it, very much like a Ouija board based on this concept. I'm not sure who designed this, but it's pretty cool. It has this ball that goes around, and this is kind of your determining where you're going to stop and what you should read. That goes around. It's quite interesting. What you do is you put your thumb here, and you put your thumb over here, and I'll show you this in a minute. The other person does the same thing. And you stabilize it, and then let it do its thing until the ball stops. Look at the bottom here. It has this rounded bottom here. And of course, you want to put it on a flat surface, but it doesn't work that way in terms of get a little bit of adjustment here. But just by holding this, I'm not sure what there seems to be some sort of spring here. I'm not sure how this works. This just inserts here, but you hold it like I'm holding it right now on this, and another person holds it over here in the same area. Thumbs on the sun and thumbs on the moon. And then you're supposed to close your eyes, and it works kind of like a Ouija board. So the ball will start to roll. I'm assuming you don't want the ball to roll too much as people are holding it. And again, where does it stop? Now, you can read the letter up there if you want to spell things out. Or you can say, well, it stopped on this card. And the card says, beware of misfortune to a loved one. You can see how this ball keeps moving. It's quite interesting. And there seems to be 2 fortunes on this, so I guess it's just the one that's up. So that way you get double the fortunes there. Now, there's 24 of these little cards, and as such, I believe I'm missing one card somewhere, but you can, these are very rare and hard to find, as most things are. This could be the unknowing if you're missing a card. I may look up to find a card to complete this, but it certainly is really cool. Look at that dragon there. I'm going to show you there are many ways to use this. You've got a little pyramid here. You've got the sun and the moon. Little stars. Of course, you've got I don't know if that's the original ball, but it's a steel ball. As I said, it does glow in the dark, so you could actually do that. You have numbers on here. 1 to 10. You have no. I'm sure there's yes over there. And of course, the alphabet. So you can use this by holding it, and the ball will stop there as a Ouija-type board with the ball. Of course, this is going to take a little time with the ball, but you don't have to get it spinning like I get it spinning. You know, you get it good balanced, and the ball should stop pretty quickly. Let's look at that eye again. Now, there's the actual eye. And of course, when this is all glowing in the night, that looks pretty cool. As part of the drama. So this is quite an interesting little thing. Basically, it's a little balance board with all this stuff put on it. It was quite creative, whoever thought of this. And of course, instead of using a actual planchette, which you move with your fingers, you don't touch it at all. The ball does all the work, and of course you've got some control over it, but that's an interesting concept. Would you get better information that way because you're not really controlling it? The ball is much easier to flow around. And of course, here's all the, so it could be directed better. Here's the different tarot cards. These certainly could have been printed a little better. These are just in black and white. But this does allow for inexpensive printing, obviously, because this is just a plastic molded item. You knock it out, it's pretty cheap. It's got a little bit of paint on it. And of course you've got and of course you're molding it in the glow-in-the-dark phosphorus, which is part of it. But the artwork on these is kind of nice. And of course, they are fading a bit, but we have that actual. Let's put this here for a minute as I get some other information to show you here. Show you the actual. I'll show you the actual instructions here. Let's move in here. So here's the assembly instructions for the actual eye that you put on there. And it shows how it inserts into the dragon. Just to show you how these things come and to keep the originality of it. You've got this very large one-sheeter double printed instructions here. And there talks about the 3 astral planes that you deal with. Questions and answers is the first plane. 2 is the fortune telling, and the 3rd is the astrology, which is on the outside here, of course, and that's on the board here. You can see the different. Here's Virgo, Libra, etc. The mysteries of the occult are now literally at your fingertips. The KA-BALA solar scope board is made of phosphorescent material, which when placed in a darkened room gives off astral glow. If the glow seems to diminish in intensity, turn on lights for a few seconds to reactivate. The pupil of the eye of Zolar in the middle is also a phosphorescent material. So, of course,